Hello, my name is Ruben Cabrera, and today I will be sharing with you what I have learned from watching episode 3, What Happened in Vegas, from Kevin Hart. Don't F-U-C-K this up. Don't F this up. Now grab your notebooks because I'm going to just throw a bunch of notes at you, a bunch of successes, of strategies, way of thinking from Kevin Hart that I learned from watching this episode, and it's all over the place. So grab your notebook and take some notes. One of the first things that I got was that, what I grasped was that he said you need your circle to keep you on check moving forward. And to him, his circle was his group of friends, his brothers. You know, and I feel like that advice could take you really far, or success. As we see, he's the one giving this advice, not me. I'm just sharing with you what I have learned. These are his words. You need your circle to keep you on check, to keep moving forward. And I believe what he's trying to say, whenever you're in a position where you don't have your circle, you might make mistakes. But if you have your circle, people who are checking you, putting you on check, like, hey, you're not, take it easy. Hey, are you sure you want to make that move? I feel like that is what he's relating this to. Well, when that episode says in this episode, he shares with us that he cheated on his wife, and he feels like he messed up, and that is why he's sharing with us this advice. He's giving us an example that if he would have had his circle, his group of brothers around him when he was in the club, that is where he cheated on his wife with a woman. He says that if he would have had his circle, that wouldn't have happened. But because he didn't have his circle around him, he did something dumb. You need something to lean on when you're down. To him, was his guys. He says that during this event or situation he got himself into, which was when the whole world found out, or when his wife found out that he cheated on him, he became depressed, or he got down. He got a little bit down. And he said that whenever you're in a position where you feel like you're down, you need something to lean on, and to him, that was his guys. So if you ever feel like in a position where you feel down, Kevin's advice to him was his friends. Another thing that he learned from his experience is that what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas, because that's where he was, and everybody eventually ended up finding out because somebody recorded him with the girl and posted it on Instagram, I believe, or he threatened Kevin that if he doesn't pay him a couple of $1 million, he will share it. He also mentions that his group of brothers, he's dependent on his group, his team, his circle, his brothers. He says, we value one another. The reason why we value one another is because we're invested into one another. Now in this, he gives an example that his team invested in him. They put in the work to be a part of the team, and he is putting the work to reach. They all work together. They all invested in one another. They all decided to become good in one area to help Kevin, and Kevin decided to be good in one area to help his other brothers, his friends, his team. During his downtime, during the time where he was going through the situation, during his time of depression or downtime, Boss shares with us that he made sure they worked out 3 times a day to clear the mind, because to keep the mind from overwhelming himself or being stressed, to keep the mind clear, because if you watch the episode, you will soon come to realize that Kevin Hart is a really busy man, and a lot of people don't know how he stays so busy, or how he stays so productive. So in order to stay moving, in order to continue getting his jobs done, to complete his schedule, to his task. Boss made sure they worked out 3 times a day to have the mind clear. Once again, your circle around you is very hard for you to do. He says that when you have your circle around you, it's very hard for you to do stupid shit. You know, if you have your circle around you, he says you get tapped on your back and be like, hey dummy, what are you doing? So he shares with us that it is important to have a good environment, a good circle, and to have your circle around you in areas where you're new to, because if you're new to an area and you don't know where you're at or what you're doing, having your circle around you will keep you on check. And the last thing that he shares with us in the scene is that when you are hurt, when you're going through stuff and you get really drunk, or when you're going through so much, or you have anger, you can release it on someone else. And in this case, he did it to his friend Boss. So that is something to be aware of, something that you may want to stay away from, so you won't create conflict with those who are close to you. Yep, this is what I have learned. Go watch the episode. You're going to learn so much. You're going to study success. You're going to learn from the best. I'm going to share with you the other things I have learned from watching the other upcoming episodes, so stay tuned and watch his episodes. They are on Netflix. Study success. You have the example right there. He's sharing with you his experience, his knowledge, his wisdom. He's sharing with you success. Gracias.